Good morning. Hope you had a good weekend. So, life is a series of steps. Things are done gradually. Once in a while, there is a giant step, but most of the time, we are taking small, seemingly insignificant steps on the stairway of life. Ralph Ransom. So, my wife and I did something interesting last night. We went to go paint, and I've always wanted to paint, but I've never, actually done it. And it was interesting how it was all broken up into steps, and it just kind of gave me the idea that everything that's complex in life that we do can literally be broken up into steps. Whether or not you want to write a book, or maybe design a software like we designed this Workforce University, was all broken up into steps. And no matter what stage in life you're in, I think that this is you know uh, it's important to realize that everything can be broken up into steps. So I wanted to show you this, break them into steps here. So I wanted to show this painting to you, and here we are. Here we are at the, just a picture of us here, and then there's our paintings here. This mine's on the left and hers is on the right. Neither one of us have ever painted anything per se, and they look better from a distance. They're meant to be looked at from a distance, but nonetheless, here's my painting here. And it was just interesting how, we accomplished this, and it's really just a series of these steps. Before, what was it, 7 p.m. last night, I wouldn't have necessarily thought that I could have made something that if I stood back and looked at it, it looked, relatively nice. And, we did an exercise of color mixing. So really only two colors here. There's black and white. So we took black and white, and we mixed them together into various shades of gray to pull this off. We started with the background. We painted all this background and this, various shades of gray. And then we kind of cut in this road here. We made I guess a grid, if you will, on this thing, on this canvas, and we drew a line across there, and then we drew a line down each side and kind of intersected this thing. And it was really just a series of shapes to pull this whole thing off. Then we colored in the road, then we put in these white highlights with what was called a dry brush technique. And then we created these series of shapes here for the Eiffel Tower, just really blocking it out with certain brushes and whatnot. And then we created the bushes with another little technique, and just step by step, they talked us through this entire process of, creating this. These are supposed to be rain. We actually watered down some paint and then it's kind of squeegeing them off the top of the canvas here, and it just kind of went down the canvas. So, everything can be broken into steps. Whether or not it's a process at your business that seems complex, break that down into the component steps and it can be accomplished. If it's a life goal that you have, it can be broken down into steps and then accomplished as well. So that's the whole message of this week's weekly video, is just, if you have something that you're yearning to accomplish and you haven't yet, break that down into its component steps and just begin to tackle it one step at a time. And you can actually, get it done. So I hope that this resonates with you. And just ask yourself, what complex project can you break into steps and get accomplished? And this can be either personally or professionally, in your business. I think that we all are stifled sometimes by not taking action, and I think this is unfortunate. So this week, take something complex, break it into steps, and begin to tackle it, again, whether or not it's professional or personal. And I will talk to you next week.